differs significantly for irrigated and rainy period. So we take the average or what shall we do in that case? If we develop the crop for throughout the year, I see that it has, we can insert it once in the Apex model. So we use the average or what?
Sorry. Okay, no, ask again slowly.
When we put the potential heat unit,
Yes.
actually in the model we give it by planting, guys.
Yes.
We calculate it using the Excel file, and for example, if it's 2000, we put that 2000 in the planting rate. But the potential heat unit depends upon the growing period. That means it uses the planting date and the harvest date, which means it depends upon the growing period or number of days up to maturity.
And the
So
temperature.
that depends upon, yeah, that's constant. We put the temperature, but when the plant is growing throughout the year, actually it varies. The maturity that it takes varies. If we are using dry or dry land irrigation, I mean the rain season or irrigated period. So if we want the plant to grow throughout the year, we take the average or what we do.
I don't know if I understand your question clearly, but I'll try to answer, and if I don't understand, then get it. So you have an operation schedule
Yes.
which is extended throughout the year. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
You are not breaking. So in this case, it is considered as a whole, growing, ending. So irrespective of the differences in microclimates or water in that season, I would assume that the potential heat unit takes into account all the different changes within the year. And so you still need to use that one value. Are you talking about calculating separate pHs and finding an average, or I'm not getting you?
I perceive that PHU is just given as a harvest, not as a planting.
At harvest.
From planting to harvest, yeah.
Yeah.
Cumulative.
At
I
harvest time.
think Ms. Power has understood it as taken as planting.
No.
No,
It
just
depends
I heard
upon,
you.
look, my question is the potential unit, the heat unit required from planting to harvest.
Harvest, and then you give for the model as a hint, not at the beginning.
But my question is, for example, if you plant Napier grass, which is a perennial grass, you may plant it in June and you may harvest it in September. Then, if you continue irrigating it, you have harvest in January, February, up to 8 times in a year. We can harvest it at different times. But if I give it from planting to the first harvest, for example, if from June to September, it may be shorter period of growing period in the rainy season. But if you consider the irrigation period, it may take longer period up to maturity. So my question is, if I give it for the rainy period from the first planting to the first harvest,
Yes.
the potential, the growing period may be shorter than the irrigation period. So I calculate for the different periods and give it
Yes.
the average potential heat unit for the first one.
I modify the question.
Yeah, but it's
How could you just take the heat unit for crops which are harvested several times? Because if you are just giving PHU at harvest time,
Yeah.
then how can you just
That's a critical question.
yeah at each harvest how much?
Yeah.
harvesting and not
Yeah.
killing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each harvest, the model will take the new one. You are harvesting, you are not killing. So
Yeah.
at each point you harvest,
Yes.
there is potential heat unit again until the next harvest, again until the next harvest, again until the next harvest.
So my comment on this is we have different PHUs for the different seasons. For example, you planted June and harvest in September. So you use plantation date June and harvest in September. You give one PHU. Okay, your operation file will continue after September, and then you use September as a plantation date, and then the next harvest, the irrigation harvest, it as harvested to calculate another pH. So it depends on the weather of that irrigation season, and also it depends on this planting and harvesting time. I know it is not a new planting. After harvesting, then you can assume that there is a plantation time there, and then compute the PHU until harvest. So in that case, in operation 5, you have multiple PHU. So for the rainy season, for the irrigation season.
That will also there is some problems because the model will assume the germination period. It may take longer. Actually, in reality, it will just regenerate the crop will regenerate very fast. If you harvest it, it will generate very fast.
Yeah.
For example, in your time, you may have plant height of up to 1 meter or 50 meters. But if we tell the model to replant, so it may take a longer period to regenerate, and that will underestimate our biomass.
Yeah. So if you say, I mean, if you know that days, the difference between this germination and regrowing period, then you might compensate that days during your planting. ነው ቀኑን ካወቀው ለምሳሌ የታጨደውና የተተከለው የታጨደው ጋር ለመድረስ ምን ያክል ባህሪ ያለ አንድ ተከልና የታጨደው እኩል ደረጃ ለመድረስ ምን ያክል ዲፈረንስ አላቸው የሚለው ካወቀ ካን አዛት ዴይስ
አሁንም እሱም ምን ችግር ያመጣል መሰለህ ሌላ ነምበር ኦፍ እንትናችንን ልክ በአመቱ አሁንም ለዛ ኮምፐንሴት እያደረግን ባይሄድን ቁጥር በአመቱ ውስጥ ሊኖረን የሚችለው እንትን አይለንም ለምሳሌ ሪጀርሚኔትን ከመጀመሪያው ሃርቨስት አድርጌ ሪጀነሬት አድርጎ የሚያድገው ድረስ ያህል ከዛ ከመጀመሪያ ፕላንት አድርጌ ጀርሚኔት አድርጎ እስከሚደርስ ድረስ ያለው ጊዜ ልውሰድ ካልኩኝ 5 ሃርቨስት ከነበረኝ ሞዴሉ ያንን 5 ሃርቨስት ሊይዝልኝ አልችልም እንደዛ ቀኖችን እንትን ያዳድ ያረኩ መሄድ ከሆነ ማለት ነው
ሶ ምንድነው ያለው ነገር እንደ አዲስ ሁሉንም እኩል መጠቀም አይችልም አሁን አንተ አቨሬጅ መጠቀም ያ ደግሞ የባሰ ነው ዲፈረንቲንግ በሬኒ ሲዝን እና በድራይ ሲዝን ያለው ዲፈረንት ስለዚህ አቨሬጅ መጠቀም አይችልም ያለው የተሻለ ቀረብ የሚለው ምንድነው from planting to harvesting የመጀመሪያው አለ then ከዛ በኋላ ያለው ቀኑ ኮምፕሊት ማለት ነው ይሄ የተሻለ ደግሞ ወይ ካለ we will just discuss with Texas የተሻለ ካላቸው ማለት ነው ግን አሁን ያለው ምንድነው ቀኑ ኮምፕሊት ካላደረገው በስተቀር ከታጨደ በኋላ that time plantation አስበህ then ኮምፕሊት ካልሰራ በስተቀር ምንድነው የሚሆነው የዛኛውን ተጠቀም ማለት እንግዲህ wrong. The closest way is to assume that the time of plant harvesting is the same as the time of planting. But we also ask Texas if they have some recommendation for such perennial crops.
ለአመታት ራሱ ዝርቅ ዛፎች አሉ ለምሳሌ ቡና
which may interest you also is how can I count
ቢያንስ ወር
Yesterday we saw one interesting from Timothy Wright. It's 100 or 300 and something. So the closest is from literature. There are specifics for crops in meter squared. I don't know if the FAO has it, but yeah, surely. But if it's not there, it's a chance for you to win a grant to add to this.
Basically, so people they just hire labor just to count they have in one street.
Quadrats, yeah, you can build your own quadrats.
oh that's really tedious
Yeah, so but if you like to have actual data, that is the only way. But there are estimates from FAO on the plant population, but that FAO estimation might not be the same that you feel.
Exactly.
and then how about the issue of variety corn says only corn
Yeah,
you can find several varieties
yeah. So
is there any way that you can
that is very interesting situation. For example, this core, so you have a number of maybe more than 30 or 40 parameters here related to the crop. So your core might be different from this, slightly different on some of the parameters because of the variety. So in order to adapt or modify into your variety, you need to do experiment on the different parameters to adapt it. And you can modify the value here, but in order to modify the value, it's not easy. So this Texas team, they did this crop parameter research for 20, 30 years to bring this database. So for us, we don't have such long period of study. But for example, if someone is interested to add just only few parameters, they can do research on few parameters only and modify those 4 or 5 parameters. Another PhD student or MA student may work on some parameters. That way we can have database for our own variety. Another question.
How come we select the actual or the accurate parameters? So for one crop or for one shape, what's the criteria of how we select the parameters? So because it's a lot of the parameters are
You mean to do a research,
Yeah, I think.
right? So to do a research, so every parameters are important to customize. You know, so if you like to do some priorities, you might do literatures on which parameters vary across different countries, across different agroclimatic zones. So from literatures, you might come up the most sensitive parameters that are crop parameters that are varying in different agroclimatic zones. So in that case, you might prioritize those parameters. Okay, some of the parameters might be stable enough, might not be changing, even the parameter here and the parameter in the US might be the same for some of them, right? Some others might change over agroclimatic zone. So my suggestion is you look for the different literatures in different countries, and if they have done on crop parameter analysis and suggest that these crop parameters vary quickly, then you might prioritize that one. But for crop calibration, you know, crop yield calibration, we use most of the time this WA, which is solar radiation efficiency. This one, this one biomass energy ratio and harvest index, and this is the optimal temperature based temperature, and this is about maximum potential leaf area index. Up to this one, up to number 8, okay, these are the ones that you find in most of the literatures to be modified slightly for crop calibration. That means it gives you some idea that these parameters might change in different places because they allow us to modify slightly to capture the actual observed data. Does it give some idea? Any more questions for Fatih or for myself? Okay, let's continue from part where